Ladies and gentlemen, I think another round of applause in order for James, because I know how nervous he was about doing his speech. There are two of us.
We also wondered why James asked two of us to be best men. But when we met up for a suit fitting, we realised why. Because if James hired 5 suits, he got his for free.
We'd like to say a big thank you on behalf of Jade and James to the bridesmaids, ushers, parents and grandparents for all their help to make this day so special. And thank you to all the catering staff for the great job you've done today.
I know you're all waiting for the embarrassing stories and photographs, like this one on the screen. But first we'd like to thank Jade and James on behalf of the bridesmaids for their lovely gifts. I have no idea what they bought them, but no, James, it's probably pirate DVDs or dodgy DS games.
We'd also like to say a huge congratulations to Jade and James. The weather has been beautiful, as has Jade in that fabulous dress. Give me 1 second, hang on. And the day has been perfect, I think you'd agree. So.
Except for that bit there.
Yeah, just that bit. Cut that bit out. Right, I know a lot of people tend to marry somebody like your dad, but James, trying to go bald is going a bit too far.
Jade and James, for as long as I remember, have been deeply in love. Jade with James, and James with Transformers.
Fact.
I think it seems to be a one-sided affair, but James seems to be happy. Since his 31st birthday in June, he's grown up a bit.
31st?
It's now Peppa Pig.
Now, the bit James has been dreading for the last 18 months. Sorry about this. I'll just go and see if it's okay.
That's it.
You want me to cut a joke or something? No, thanks, Kev. You're all right. Sure. Can I change my time on the bet?
Yeah, me.
Oh yeah,
Stop the box, Kev.
no, you got to keep it going.
I've been asked to tell a little story about you, and all I can think about is the times when you used to fall over and hurt yourself. And unlike most children who'd run to their mummies, you used to pause and then flap and run away. And there was a time when you was at Camp School and somebody was in the toilet again, must have spent half a life in the toilet, and somebody squirted water over the top of the toilet. You come out, thought it was a certain boy, smacked him, broke both two knuckles, and turned out you hadn't even hit the right boy.
That was a nice surprise, but what about this voice?
We knew you were growing up when you upgraded from your annuals to your PlayStation. James has always had unusual toilet habits.
James used to always, when he used to go to the toilet, used to take his beano or his comic books into the toilet so he could be comfortable while he's having a number twos or whatever. And one day I walked in the house and just about to go upstairs and I could see the TV on the landing. Wondering what that was doing there. Anyway, when I got upstairs, I realised he'd rigged up his TV, PlayStation, with an extension lead so he could be comfortable on the throne. I think that was the day we realised he'd grown up a bit.
So James, do you remember that? Another voice you might recognise.
Uncle James, it's your favourite nephew. Uncle James? Yeah, he came round the other day. He asked if he could play my Transformers. So I said yeah, as long as you don't break them. And then he said, why do you take them apart? Try to put them back together again. And I said, we don't honey break my Transformers. I slapped him right across the face.
What did he say?
Can't explain it in words.
Show me then,
Show me then, Leo.
What did you do?
James attended County Upper School, studying leisure and tourism for about 10 years.
In 2003, James went to Florida. He had a great time. But when he came back, some people started to question his sexuality.
And from that trip, a very special friend.
Hello, James. You remember me?
Remember the first time we kissed, baby? I'm back.
James started work at Glasgow in 2001 and has a great bunch of colleagues who had a few things to say about you.
Check it out.
So, what do you think of James?
James. Oh yeah, the fat one is going bald.
Yeah, you're improving slowly. Take that mobile phone off you. he's ever got that in his ear, and holding up with his mobile phone, definitely. But, yeah, he's coming on. He'll be okay. Because I shan't be here to bail him out.
Yeah, James has been promoted. Yeah, I should have given that to Roy. Good luck, mate.
Hi James, congratulations on your wedding day. Do you remember the day when I brought out a Christmas collection? You threw it down and I said, I've had enough, I'm going home.
After about 20 minutes, I get a phone call. I'm off, I'm down Tesco's, I've had enough, I've jacked in my job. Yeah, as if you have, James, as if you have. I walked round the corner, expecting to see him standing there, prancing about as he normally was, nowhere to be seen. 5 minutes later, he turns up. Oh, was it? I went down to Tesco's.
Also, James, if you can just make sure that Jade, if you get a problem with your underpants anymore, she doesn't need to bring them into the office. You can go commando.
Sorry about James, except he's fat, really. That's it.
The other thing that I'd like to just remind you is that I've got on my phone a number for somebody. I'm not quite sure who it is, because I gave it to you and I said, could you put your number in here so if ever you need to ring me or I need to ring you, we've got each other's numbers. But I've got it listed under James Hanson. I'm not really quite sure who it is. I don't know anyone by that name. Do you, James? Anyway, I wish you all the best and look forward to seeing the photographs. Take care. Love you both. Bye.
James, what have you done? You're a good bloke, but it's all over there, mate. Good luck, and I love you in that veil. I'm not gay, but you made it really difficult for me.
I've known James ever since he came to work for Glasswalls. When he first started here, we thought he was going to be a nice, impressive young lad, but we've since found out he's a lazy git. Have a good day, James, and at least you get away from your mum now. Cheers, mate.
Here in the wilderness, we can see a wild bear at work. Very rare do you see a bear working so hard. Look at the mattresses, shifting and moving, ready for hibernation. The bigger the mattress, the better.